With the FABQ, this is the frequently asked beer questions. It's finally got round to me. It was only a matter of time, I suppose. Forgive this big light up here. I'm not normally in this room, but so I've nowhere to actually put the camera, so other than up here. I'm rambling already. This is not a good start. Okay, number one. When did you get into geeking, beer geeking, and why beer? I wouldn't even consider myself to be a geek at all. Depends on your definition of geek. I do drink beer to exclusion, basically at the exclusion of everything else. So I suppose that maybe that does define me as being a geek. But for me, it was 2014. I think I mentioned this in my very first video. It was the World Cup 2014, and before that, I always drank beer, but it was usually lagers and stuff like that. And I just went off. It was all very bland and very the same. So I used to drink a lot of vodka and red wine, especially. And but during the World Cup, watching the football, it would always be beer. I would just buy in loads and loads of beer, and just got fed up. Buying crate after crate of Carling or whatever was on offer. So I bought some beers that I'd seen in the shop. It was in a big blue label. It was Punk IPA. I kept seeing it and thought, I'll just try it out and see what it's like. And basically, after the first taste, it was like an epiphany. Everything just changed instantly. And yeah, I haven't drunk any lager since, I don't think. So yeah, it was pretty much overnight. So I think that answers the first two questions anyway. So what is your favourite beer? I think, in terms of style, I would definitely say an American Pale Ale. That's where I am. I think IPAs are a bit too noisy maybe for me. I do like them, don't get me wrong, but I think American Pale Ales are a bit of a mix of both worlds. It's got all the best bits of the IPA, but without the kind of extreme bitterness and high alcohol as well. So. In terms of actual commercial beers, I would say I don't really have a favourite. I have a current favourite. My current favourite, which has been my current favourite for a while, is Rust Bucket by Kinnegar Brewing Company. I think that's the one I seem to always go back to. So, if you could have one beer forever, what would it be? Forever's a long time. I don't think it would be anything crazy. I don't think it would be anything of stupid high volume, high alcohol. I don't think it would be like an IPA or something like that. Anything really intensely hoppy. It would be something that you would tolerate. You would tolerate forever. So it's like you wouldn't eat a Chinese or an Indian every night of the week. So would you drink like an IPA every night for the rest of your life? I don't think so. So I would say something like an English Pale Ale, so like a Spitfire, something like that. I think that would probably be something in and around that kind of area. How do you drink so much, and how do you stay healthy? I don't think you can drink a lot and stay healthy. I probably drink a lot, but I don't drink a lot in one go. I'd probably drink 3 or 4 beers at the weekend. Maybe push it up to 6. But I can't really drink any more than that because I just fall asleep. But it all adds up during the week, and you need to basically get your diet right, and you need to do some exercise. I used to be really, a couple of years ago, just before actually, well, it was just before and up to about last year, I used to be really into my cycling, and I kind of said to the wife when we were having kids that I would cut back. I'll go into semi-retirement, actually, I think my actual words were. And yeah, so I kind of looking about for another hobby, an indoor hobby that I could do. So then brewing came along, and now it's like, yeah, trying to get back into the cycling. Yeah, it's not as easy as you think when you let it go. So yeah, watch the space. So yeah, number 5, here it is. Are you an alcoholic? Yes. Yes, that is an interesting question. It's a bit loaded, that. I mean, I don't. Has anyone actually answered yes? Really? I think alcoholism. It's kind of, it's what you perceive it to be. So, I mean, alcoholism is in the eye of the perceiver in that regard. So, what I think is an alcoholic is not necessarily what you think is an alcoholic, and is not necessarily what, my mum thinks is an alcoholic. My mum always used to say to me, alcohol is a poison, and the root of all evil, and it will destroy everything it touches, and stuff like that. So she's got dementia. Yeah. So am I an alcoholic? I don't know. Do you know that you're an alcoholic? Or are you an alcoholic when you admit it? I don't know. There's a guy that lives in this area, and God love him, all he does, he just walks around the streets in a high visibility jacket. There are no street lights out in the country. That's for all the townies watching this. He just basically walks around with beer cans in his hand, and he stashed beer in like all loads of different hedges. And all he does all day is like walk around and round drinking beer, staggering about the place. I don't even know if he gets drunk. I think he just kind of has the same beer for like an hour and a half, and then he has another one, and yeah, I would say he's an alcoholic. I think I'm probably a bit too busy at the minute to be an alcoholic. Let's just say I'm not an alcoholic yet. Are we agreed? Okay. What's your favourite ingredient in beer? I think they're all kind of important. I think for me, it's probably, you've got a choice of 4. Let's not kid ourselves, like, it's not a big list. I would say probably water, because water is without water you wouldn't even be alive. Never mind beer. So water is, because otherwise what are you going to fill it with? What are you going to make beer with? So there you are. So do you brew? Yes, of course I brew. Come on, big banana brewing. I probably brew too much, especially this year. But that's probably because I'm brewing rubbish this year, or maybe not rubbish, but just average beers. And yeah, so I'm brewing basically every 2 weeks now, something like that. So yeah. What was your first beer? It's a difficult one to answer that. I think if you ask my dad, God bless him, he's dead now. I would say he would probably say it was a pint of Bass, because he took me to the pub when I was 18 on my 18th birthday, and that was my first drink, officially. Unofficially, I think it must have been a can of probably Tennant's or Harp or some kind of crappy lager, crappy cheap lager. I still remember, whatever it was, I can remember thinking that, remember it was very bitter, and I said to myself, like, I can't understand why people would want to drink this, and I can't see myself ever drinking this. So yeah, cheers to the past banana. How wrong I was. So who in the beer world do you look up to? To be honest, I don't even know how to answer this. In terms of homebrew, the guy that really got me thinking about making videos was Big CQ, because I really loved his videos. Like, he was always very funny and amusing, and he could brew as well. But other than that, I wouldn't say any. I don't really look up to anyone. I don't look up to anyone. I kind of see everybody, we're all on the same level, regardless of who you are. A beer is a beer. So that's it. So that's it. 9 minutes 32 seconds. So I'll just quickly tag a few people. In terms of beer geeks, there's 2 beer geeks I'd really like to hear their answers on. That is Paul is here brewing. If you're watching this, Paul, please put up a video. And the other one is Beer Lover 25. So I'm also going to tag Frank's Homebrew 77, and Cidermeister as well. And that's 4 people, so that'll have to do because we're being interrupted. So just say, yeah, that's me, over and out. Cheers.